to do their due diligence. They have to prove that I know who. They have to prove to me that they know who I am. For one. Two, it's very likely, but not always necessarily the case, that they have to do it more than once. They probably have to reach out to me on multiple occasions, in order for me to reciprocate. Um, I have to see it. Really, that's what it comes down to. It's not like they have to reach out more than once. I just have to see it, And then even after that, what's the other step? Oh, if I am to respond, they have to provide some type of value. If they've proved that they know who I am, if they're either consistent enough or get my attention, there has to be an exchange of value. And that could take currency, that could take the form of equal promotional value, but there has to be some exchange of value, and that really goes for like shit, anything, or relationships, whatever, I think that's pretty much my answer there. No, anything else to that?
Yeah, because it's just really risky, especially because they're literally strangers on the internet. Like you don't know. But like, let's say they were for real, and then, yeah, but like, you're building up the trust.
There are strangers that you trust on the internet. We talked about, bodybuilders and everything like that, because they have that.
It's like the funnel thing you were talking
exactly.
about. Exactly. Right? Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah.
I'm obviously not in their small circle, but I've consumed a lot of their content. Example, Sam Sulik.
Yeah.
He has a lot of car talk, and I agree with a lot of things he say.
Yeah.
Cool guy. I think I honestly would, like, I don't know. This is just if I ever like see
hang
him,
out.
I think I can actually hang out with him.
Yeah.
He seems like
a lot of
dude.
people say that too. Like, you're not the only person. Yeah. Like, a lot of people say that.
He seems relatable, and the way he talks is just like chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not. I don't know.
Pretentious.
Yeah.
Or you're very humble, down to earth kind of person. Yeah. Yeah. Even though you accuse him of steroids.
I think he is. Like, it's really hard to say he's natural. It's really hard to say he's natural. And that's not me shooting shots. I'm just my opinion.
That's just playing with you.
Yeah. Like I said, I still love the guy. So, anyways. AI music?
AI music. What about it?
How it's made, or if it's copyrighted, and
Oh, you're asking me about like legalities of it, or whether or not?
yeah,
like,
anything and everything about just the topic. How do you make it, or how do you?
Oh, I
if
think.
it's copyrighted, if it's this and that.
I think some are and some aren't. I don't know. I think I could be wrong. I even think it depends on where you reside, actually, and where and how it's generated. I'm sure a lot of different generators have a lot of different rules. So far as like an artist and maintaining your artistic integrity, a lot of artists especially are like scared of it, but I heard one opinion on this podcast, this music podcast that I listen to. They say one thing that AI in any capacity will likely never be able to do is to express yourself. How can it take that away from you? It can't take your unique ability to express yourself. It could be used as a tool in helping facilitate that process, but it can't do it in its totality, I don't think. Because full expression also involves room for error and mistakes. Right? So I don't think it could take that away. But I personally do believe in using all accessible tools to your disposal, to the best of your capabilities. That's, anything that's going to give you a leg up, without compromising your integrity, I personally, would recommend. That's just me, so Now, personally, whether or not I use it, I do use it for production and instrumentals. Personally, I do. Now, what I am reluctant, and at least at the point of this recording, to do, and have never done, is to use it for lyrics. You know, whether it's inspiration, ideas, never done it for lyrics. You know, I don't know if I ever will. I might, you know, but in the event that that ever changes, at least at this point, I would like to think myself honest enough to communicate that is the case, you know, to my audience or whoever, and disclose the fact, you know, that, hey, you know, this was not me, you know. So like my thing is like honesty and integrity, you know, like those are front and foremost, you know, principles, you know, with regards to my brand, and not just like fuck branding, like who I am, you know, as a person, you know. So I couldn't imagine the day where like I use something like that and like don't tell anybody or say anything. You know?
I think YouTube forces you to
Do that?
tell you if it's AI content.
Well, I know I shared the channel with you last year, the production and everything. At least at that point in time, you know, wasn't the case. So
Like there's a little bubble that you can fill in. So is this AI content?
and like when it says that, does it mean like all of it or like partially or
Probably
any of it?
partially. I don't know. Yeah, because I've always trying to have some beats myself, you know.
Yeah.
Same thing with AI, like script or AI voice, right? Or AI pictures.
Yeah. I don't think you should be able to infringe on other people's rights, you know, like whether something was used as inspiration or just jacked, you know, like if I don't think you should be able to use anything without the express consent of another person, you know, whether it's inspiration or if you're using somebody's voice, I think you should require express consent from that person, you know. Whether or not it's copyrighted, again, like I said, I think some of those things depend. I don't know, that's a little outside of my level of expertise as to whether or not you should be allowed to copyright those things. Maybe the company that it was generated from should retain copyright, but I can't say. If the user, but I think there is a case to be made that should be the case, that only who produced it should retain copyright, you know. So I think that's really, I think, the only argument that you can make, really, right? That's how I feel about it. Yeah.
I guess these are the last two.
Dang, we got through all of that. That was fast, huh? Don't feel fast?
Yeah.
We've probably been talking about half of this already.
Yeah, we've been, yeah. So, I don't know if you peeped it, but you said I'm back home.
Oh, yeah,
at the beginning of the video.
Did I say that?
You did say that.
I did. That's very interesting.
I caught
didn't
that instantly.
I didn't realize that. That was totally unintentional.
You said, I'm back home with T-Ray. Yeah, I was like, okay. So, the question is LA home, and do you have Texas pride and stuff like that?
Okay. Those are two different questions.
We can just start with...
I can answer what I can answer, like, immediately with the quickness. I definitely have Texas pride. I'm not going to hold that, you know, like, yeah, that's a fact. I love it. I love it here, bro. You know? Yeah, it's a lot to like, too. You know? So, yeah, I could say that. Easy. That's easy. Yeah, like, my family's from Texas. Like, I wasn't born here. I was born in Tennessee, but it's like both my parents were born in Texas. Like, Texas, where I've known, you know, most of my life, half of my life, you know. But there is a little gray area. This is a conversation I was having with my family last week as to what do I know better, you know, like what's more familiar. And just because something is familiar, does that necessarily mean it's like home or for you? You know, it's like You know, you could go the other side of the grass, and or they have. This is another controversial conversation I was having with family. Are you just happy where you're at because you're comfortable,
Oh yeah.
and you've never experienced anything else?
Mhm.
Like, so can you really call that happiness if you
So when I
experience nothing
experienced
else?
Peru, it's super fun. It's super like unique, and the air is fresh. The people are awesome. You know,
Yeah.
different cultures. But you know, since I was basically in Texas the entirety of my life, There's a lot of things I miss from quote unquote home. What
Yeah.
I feel home is obviously where my mom is. Hot showers.
I didn't know you-
English.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you can't really just speak English.
But let's say you remedied all of those things, and you had hot showers, and everybody either spoke English or you spoke their native language.
Uh-huh.
Like, so like these are peripheral things. Like let's get to the main heart. You know, the main course. Those are like side courses. You know, like what is it aside from that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
what if they had cold showers here? What if nobody spoke? Like one day nobody spoke English here. You know? Like,
Yeah, but,
is that home?
but if
like
you
it's a
think-
sentiment, right?
Yeah, but that's what makes the countries different, unique, right?
yeah.
They have no hot showers.
But
we
no,
do.
that's not what makes it. Yeah. I mean, unless I'm wrong, I wasn't in Peru. You know, you were in Peru.
Yeah.
You know, but like there's more to it than that. You know, like you
There's
said, the
more-
people are nice.
Yeah, the people are nice. The buildings.
Like
the
that's
arch-
uniquely Peruvian.
Yeah, the architecture is unique,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The roads are different. I mean, obviously there's like tax over here. I'm pretty sure there's tax over there, but I don't know if they go straight to like roads and stuff. See, there's a lot of things that contributes to where you were brought up, right?
Right.
If I was brought up in Peru, yes, I'm most likely gonna think that's home. But we're talking about where home is not where you're comfortable sometimes, right? But a lot of people do lean on what they're familiar with.
Right.
But so that's what I'm saying. To me, like even though I went to Peru, I think about my mom.
And then how long were you there? You weren't there like a full year. How many months?
Like close to 2 months.
2 months. What if you started liking all of it after?
No, don't get me wrong. I do like Peru, but there's always
What if you like after a while? You know, what do they say? Like your eyes and ears adjust or whatever. Basically, what I'm saying is like, what if you got acclimated to it? You got used to it after a while. You know, it's like, oh, you don't notice this. The showers aren't as cold. You know, the people aren't as nice. You know, like what happens then? You know, is that where it starts to become home? Like, where do you start meeting that threshold? You know,
it's a good question,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, home doesn't mean it's also like the nicest place on earth either. But,
Right.
like you can be from New York. I'm not to bash on New York. I'm just gonna bash on Texas then because that's where I'm from. You know, there's not nice people anywhere, right? They can be anywhere and
Yeah.
everywhere.
again, it's like what you're looking for, you'll find it. It's like selective hearing, selective seeing. You know, if I see home, where they say home is where the heart is. You know, if I see home, if I look at this place and I see home, you know, I don't know how that love shit works. Not to get, you know, switch subjects or whatever, but what they say about love at first sight, I wonder if that's still a thing, you know, these days. You know, like love at first sight, people still connect like that, or it's like everything over the internet, or what?
I
You
think
know?
it's lust.
I agree.
I don't
Personally.
think that's
I'm
a
not
real-
trying to like, you know, force my opinions on, you know, but yeah, personally I agree. But
Yeah, because how can you love a random stranger? That makes zero sense.
but it happens though.
I could see
It's
like
rare,
some
but it
scenarios
happens.
where, like, let's say y'all had good chemistry off the bat. I could see that.
And then they go on to live like 50 years together. Maybe not as, because again, like I think about the psychology and the climate, the social climate that we're living in. You know, that's probably less likely to happen today than it was like 50 years ago, but it still happens.
Yeah.
You know, so like again, like if you make a test and your hypothesis, you know, and like in order for a controlled experiment to be accurate, you have to test for all variables. You know, and if even one experiment occurs where you have to throw your hypothesis out, then you know it's no longer valid for the rest of the experiments. It's
Yeah.
like you have to throw the baby out with the bathwater now. You know, so it's like I don't know. We kind of got off subject. We were talking about home and everything. Yeah. So like it's a few different factors. Maybe you can add to this list, but so far as what I consider home.
Oh yeah, especially for you because you've been like,
Right.
multiple areas.
I think one thing you have to take in, well, I don't know if this is worth taking in consideration, but I was saying I had this observation, because I drive out there. It's the nature of my work. I know LA and Orange County better than anywhere in the world, like because that's what I do out there. It's my job to fucking know where everything is, right? Whereas here, like shit, I'll get lost around the corner, but like I've lived here most of my life, you know. But so that's one thing. Two is like where do you feel the most happiness at, right? I think that's something important and worth considering, and then I think what you want, what are you looking for? Where do you see yourself? That might be different than where you feel happy. Some people want to grow. Some people are quote unquote happy. I mean, you and I might have different ideas of this. Not different as in different with each other, but different than most of the population, where it's like people feel comfortable and they call that happy. But like for me, maybe you, like happiness is like growth.
Yeah.
So it's like just because you're comfortable where you are, that's not happy. But people conflate the two, like it's the same thing. So like I don't consider that happiness personally, but you can be. You can be growing and in the same place. So like it's like an internal compass kind of thing. It's like self-awareness. I can't tell somebody else, where home is. I could only like say it for me, and like not to be, what's the word? Not controversial. Not indecisive. But it's like I don't know if if home is still out there. Shit, what if I'm from another planet or something? Yeah, fucking Krypton. I don't know until I've experienced it, so shit. I can only say it until I've experienced everything that I've experienced in life. Like, but at least as of now, I feel a deep internal urge to get back to LA. That's all I can say, so like just as of now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is something, this is just coming up. It's like, I don't know, it feels like I have the need to throw up, but it's not like gross or anything. Home for me is not a place, but my ideal fully realized self. You feel me? So like wherever that takes me, like I'm not associated, I don't feel the need to adhere to like be at a specific location. I have a need, an internal desire to be a specific person. You feel me? And like that person could take me like any of these places. You feel me? Like that's what home is.
Yeah.
A person, like who I want to be.
I can see that.
I think that's a crazy revelation. Thank you for helping me reach reach that point. It's like we're fucking sparring right now. It's like, yeah, I hadn't thought about that until just now. Or at least not consciously. So I don't know if you don't have any more questions for me. I really think that's a good note to end on.
It is.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
That was good shit.
That
was good shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, appreciate y'all for rocking with us. OMA, One Who May Sin, T Ran, over and out. Till next time, do what you do. Whatever you do you. After all is what you do best. Going all the way up, eyes to the sky. Yo, what's good, y'all? I am OMA, One Who May Sin, console trap metal recording artist. Here in our YouTube channel, you can expect exclusive content, whether it's vlogs, music, freestyles, behind the scenes. You never know what you're gonna expect, so make sure you hit your post notifications, like, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody else who might find it valuable as well. Stay tuned, the best is yet to come. We're going all the way up, eyes to the sky.